buzz there. All right, fellas, so this is the Fims Firearm FMR. We got to hang out with them at SHOT Show, and go check out the video of their straight pull bullpup. It's kind of interesting, and maybe we'll get it on here later. But anyway, you're maybe used to me covering the affordable ARs. We've covered a couple PSA ones and that kind of mess, and that's great for every man, for the everyday type. But if you're looking for an investment AR that's just like top end, top of the line, top quality, Gucci style, you got to check this thing out. Well, Fims Firearms, they make a lot of aerospace parts, and so they're all about the quality. So they've chosen real quality parts as well. They've got their own muzzle brake here. This is their ambidextrous charging handle. Most everything except the furniture's there, and the barrel. So they chose to make this with a Criterion barrel. This is a 223 Wild. If you're not familiar with that, it's like, oh, do I get 5.56 or do I get 223? No, what you do is you get 223 Wild, because then it's the best of both worlds and you don't sacrifice accuracy. Now, you can probably make an entire video just on the barrel itself, but I'll tell you the highlights is the accuracy of the chrome lined. And a lot of times, you may be used to mil-spec or some sort of trash where chrome lined barrel might mean you're sacrificing accuracy, even though you get a lot of durability out of it. Well, Criterion found a way to use chrome lined barrels but still have like match grade accuracy. So that's what we have in this. It's also supposed to have a tuned gas port so we can use it suppressed and unsuppressed. We'll figure that out later. The heart and soul for a rifle for me is the trigger, because that's your shooter interface. Most manufacturers throw a mil-spec trigger in to save cost, drop the price down a couple $100 and say, oh, you're gonna pick what you want anyway. Fims did the homework for you, and this has a Trigger Tech trigger in it. Well, there's actually several you can choose from. This is just their base model FMR that I'm going over. But it's got a half-pound take-up, so it's two-stage, half-pound take-up, and a 3.5-pound break. So really nice, a really nice quick reset. We'll go ahead and, so there's your take-up. Hardly much, and there's not much take-up at all. And then our nice break, you're not gonna see any creep. And then there it is. We're gonna cycle, and this is the take-up for the reset, is just right there. And so you can be accurate, and then you can also be very fast on your splits. They have their own ambidextrous 45-degree throw lever. Everyone, when they pick this up, is like, oh yeah, I like that. Why have we been doing 90 degrees? You got the Fims bolt carrier group, and then the receiver set is really something in itself, where you're used to, oh, I buy a cheap AR lower, I buy an upper, I slap them together, it may rattle, but it goes bang. Not Fims. Fims is not gonna rattle because what they do is they have their own process where they hand fit every upper and lower set. So even if you just wanted to buy the set, you can do that from them, and they're gonna hand fit them, press them, they undersize the holes, and then they make it so it's a married match set. So it's just a great rifle in that way. You're gonna have more accuracy and more quality. They're not using some shims and screws like I've seen other manufacturers do. But this is their M-LOK handrail. The only thing different about it is it has kind of this cut to lighten it. And then their mid-length gas tube. I tell you, with that coupled with that muzzle brake, it's just a nice soft shooter. The first thing I did when I was zeroing it was like, oh my gosh, the rifle didn't move at all. But a lot of these parts you can upgrade to titanium. You can build your own rifle on their website. And so if you wanted titanium muzzle brake and gas block bolt carrier group, you can do that to save some weight off, and then bragging rights too. When I just pulled it out of the case in the first place though, I'm just like, you handle it and it's like, yeah, that's quality. From the flared magwell, the custom fit cuts, where they call it low drag, but even your takedown pins blend into the rifle. They're not these knobby mil-spec pins. It's like you didn't even know it was there just because it blends into the natural billets of the rifle. This came with a B5 stock on the rear, which is really one of my favorites, good cheek weld, but they also have their Fims dogleg stock, which you'll have to go check it out there too, because it's also neat to just see their design. Double staked castle nut here. Enough talking, let's start shooting. We're going out there at 100. All right, so it's such a soft shooter. Yes, you do have the muzzle brake doing its job, but let's see what it does pistol style. We'll just shoot into the dirt. I guess I limp wristed it a little there. Let's try it one-handed. Now the ATF's gonna say, oh. Okay, so that's me holding it as lightly as possible, and you see a little bit of movement, but so little that when I put my body behind it, let's try firing some fast ones now. It's fun. Okay, smooth shooting ARs are a lot of fun to shoot. So what we're going to do now is more just personal experiment, because this isn't really technical, but I want to see, just because that trigger's cool, I'm going to see what kind of splits I can get. We're shooting at the berm at 50 yards, and then we will compare it in a second. 0.13, 0.12, 0.13, 0.14. So that's decent splits there. Let's see with another one. This is a Radian. Oh, can I load on camera anymore, YouTube? Nothing happened. This is a Radian that I got from Crimson Trace a while back at an event. I don't know what kind of trigger it has, but it's kind of Gucci. Let's see. I cannot run that as fast because it's too heavy and too much travel. 1.7, 1.9, 1.7. That's almost embarrassing as compared to the 1.3 of this. So, a little more fun. One's over. What we did is we topped off this with the Meopta Optica 6, so it goes to 30x. So now we can really see how we're doing on accuracy. We have the Black Hill 69 grain ammo, and you know, earlier I was like, man, I'm just gonna like blast shoot down a tree with this thing. I was like, well, no, I don't want to hurt that barrel, but then I'm like, wait a minute. The Criterion barrel, the chrome line, you're not going to hurt it. It's rated for 20,000 rounds. That's insane barrel life. So say you're shooting 50 cents a pop ammo, that's going to be $10,000 worth of ammo before you need a new barrel. This is a gun that would last you a lifetime, and then even your kids and grandkids. So we got a 200-yard target down there, and we painted it so we have a little bit of a aiming point. Let's see what kind of group we get. All right, it's dropped a little low left, but we're still going to send it. All right, except for that first one, they're all nice in a nice little groove right there. So my cameraman reminded me that I did lose count when I shot, but that's okay, because I don't know what the mess was this. I guess it was me. No top shot today. But if I lost count and really shot 6, then we can count these as our 5-round group. Y'all forgive me for that, right? Because at 200 yards, that makes it 1.5 inches. That's pretty good for 200 yards. So that's why we're hitting those Firebirds out to 260 just fine. That's pretty neat with just a regular, not a regular AR, but with the AR 16-inch barrel. But nice Gucci build. Before we put everything up, we want to see how it suppresses. What we're going to do is gauge the ejection pattern, 5 rounds each, a couple different suppressors, and but of course we start with our control test with the muzzle brake. All right, brass fell right at the feet of the cameraman. The brass almost went to the same spot. Bolt hold open, suppresses well. Now we have the Griffin dual lock. It should have a little more blowback. Yes, it did, but it still ran, still bolt hold open, maybe a little more violent push, but our brass went totally that way to about 2 o'clock rather than, you know, over here at 4 and 5 o'clock. About the same as the dual lock. I felt the back pressure. It definitely felt like more recoil. Rifle still ran though. Now we have the AB Raptor 7.62 10 rib. The point of this is more volume. We think we'll give it a little less kickback. It's in the same brass pile as the other two. So, but it still ran well. So with the factory condition with that muzzle brake, hit the same as the OSS, but we all know, not OSS, that's Huxworks now, but that is known as a flow-through, less blowback suppressor. The others kicked forward like a system that has a little more gas could just increase your reliability in dirty ammo. But the point here is it still ran fine and operated. The main thing I look for is that your bolt hold open works on an empty magazine, because if you're really kicking too much into your AR, then you get that bolt overspeed. It overspeeds so fast it will skip over your mag catch before it even has a chance to catch the bolt. But point is, it worked. Well, that's what we have for the Fims Manufacturing FMR. And here's my point of why I like it as just one of the top Gucci brands. You know, they're not one of those large companies that spend a ton of money on marketing where you're buying a name brand. When you buy from a smaller company that makes high-end stuff, you're actually getting more for your buck in the terms of quality. And Fims Manufacturing, they've been doing it family business since like 1950s, so, or maybe 60s. It's like 50 years or so. So that's why I think it's kind of a hidden gem of the gun industry. Base models start, I think it's around $2,300, and you can add on like all your fancy titanium stuff and all from there. But it's going to be an heirloom, you know, just top-notch rifle that, yes, I would take into battle. One of those that you know that's always going to work, and of course they're going to warranty anything as well. So you can check them out. Thanks for watching today, guys. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Did you see that? I came in like a rock!